So here we are again, once again, Monday with Barry's. Almost didn't happen, but here we are. We're talking about cricket. Now people say that Barry doesn't talk about cricket, he's always about the footy, maybe the horse races, but he does talk about cricket. We have a headline here, Peatling's 131 lifts Repugnant to win. What's that about?
That was back in that 1966, 67, I think it's 66. Repugnant was playing Matawa at Matawa. One day game. Made 131 not out of 160. Took 3 wickets for 30 and run 2 fellas out. Just about man of the match, Colin.
Wow. 131 out of how much?
160.
176 it says there, the full score.
Was it 176?
176. Well, that's a fair effort. They made 40. You gave him something to do.
I went in first wicket down. We were 2 for none.
Yeah, 0-0. And you had a little bit of help and then it just fell off.
I didn't have the help at all. I reckon be lucky to be out of the court out in 20 minutes.
Right.
Had 5, 6 sixes.
You just
teed off. Everywhere.
You just teed off.
Bashed them everywhere, Colin.
And you made the headline in the, what paper's that?
That was one of the leading sports papers up in the Matawa and Horsham district and Repugnant district.
Oh, very good.
Fair effort, I thought that.
Now, have you always just been a batsman?
No, I was a very good bowler.
Have you ever taken 4 or 5 wickets?
I've taken about 3 or 4 8 wickets for Colin. Even when I was I remember a game at St Ignatius played Xavier College, which is a very powerful college back then, even now. But I took 8 for 20 that day, 8 for 33, I beg your pardon, over Xavier Turf under 14s.
Now, have you bowled against anyone good?
Yes, I'm glad you put that up, Colin. When I was about 13 or 14, I used to go down and watch Richmond play in the District League down in Punt Road, and I was bowling. I used to play Richmond Force when I was about 14 on the 17s, and I had Neil Harvey and Bill Johnson. People remember back in the Bill Johnson day, played for Australia, played for Richmond and Victoria, of course. I actually bowled to Neil Harvey.
Wow.
A couple of overs.
Victorian star. And
my leg spinner.
A lot of people said he could have been captain of Australia.
Well, he was captain once.
But not permanent.
And I didn't sort of just backpedal him. It might have been fair to him, but he said, Barry, keep at it.
Okay. Now, if you would have kept at it, concentrated on it,
I was told many years later, Colin, because I played Richmond Thirds and Richmond Fourths, and I played Richmond Districts. I was told if I would have stuck at cricket, I reckon my leg spinners. I was a leg spinner, very good leg spinner. They reckon I could have played field cricket.
Now,
so I didn't.
Better than Jason Chappell?
Better than Jason Chappell, I think so.
Okay, so...
Give him a run for money when I was playing at my time. I played over here about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And when the other third, whatever it was.
Fair effort.
But I used to bowl off back, but my main weapon was my leg spinners, but I did bowl a bit of variety, and I took a few 8 for wickets. 8 ball wickets on my time, which is not bad, is it?
Very good. So what we're going to talk about now is Australian cricket or world cricket, but especially Australians' best cricket team of all time that you've seen, Barry.
That's
the best
right.
players.
Yeah.
Tell us.
What I've seen. I'll give him
batting order.
Give him in batting order. Matthew Hayden and Bill Lawrie to open. I'll give a reason for that. Matthew Hayden was probably one of the most intimidating opening batsmen I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Bill Lawrie, stalwart. You know, the product. He would have been the anchor of the. But I reckon that would have been an ideal combination. Matthew Hayden belting everywhere and Bill Lawrie just playing around and about 4 days making about 20 runs. But he was that would have been a good combination, I reckon.
Next.
Of course, DB Don Bradman, first wicket drop.
Of course.
He picked himself there, and everybody in the world, even the people up on planet Mars.
Brian Freddie.
The fellas up Mars, they know Don Bradman. His first wicket down. Neil Harvey, next drop.
One of your guys?
Yeah, I actually nearly bowled him out that day down the nets. Greg Chappell, not Ian Chappell.
Okay.
Ian Chappell missed that, good captain, but Greg Chappell's a better batsman.
He was stylish, Greg Chappell, wasn't he?
Classy, very classy. Alan Border, AB.
Okay.
People might differ sort of...
he was nuggety.
Very, very good captain. He was captain in a very sort of hard period, and he got him back in 88, I think. We started taking over, and a very good and a champion field and a good off-spin bowler, everything, and a good fella. War, Steve Waugh.
Steve Waugh. I was wondering if the Wars were going to make it. Very good player.
Steve Waugh, very solid sort of a batsman, could bowl medium pace, good fieldsman. He picked himself, mate. Of course, Adam Gilchrist is the best wicketkeeper the world's ever seen.
Yep.
That speaks for himself. One of the best destroyer of bowling I've ever seen. He used to intimidate the bowlers too. Shane Warne, of course, he picks himself out there. Everybody knows Shane Warne. DK Lilly.
Yep.
This is the best combination. Thompson might have been the best bowler, but him and Lilly were the best combination Australia's ever had, because Lilly used to intimidate him, because Thompson used to frighten the life out of everybody, and he used to get the occasional wicket. That's why they're a very good combination. 12th man, Glenn McGrath.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that
should have been in. He took about
in.
800 wickets or something, but he just didn't have the ferocity like a Thompson or a Lilly or even Craig McDermott. He was Glenn McGrath took a lot of wickets. He was on the spot all the time. He didn't sort of intimidate the bowlers much.
Yeah, fair enough. My big question is, no modern day players in the whole team. You don't rate any of them. No current players.
Well, Warren and Gilchrist just retired.
No current players though.
Ponting's a bit unlucky.
Yeah. He's good. He's had a bit of a bad few years. Like 3 years ago, you would have said that he was like the best batsman going around.
He was. Number one batsman in the world for 2 years in a row.
He's been on the slide.
I think another 4 or 5 years he'll probably be in the top 10, I think. But at the moment he's well, look, you've got Bradman, Harvey, Chappell, Border and Stephen Waugh. I mean, they all got averages over 55, so I think Ponting's average has dropped a bit, hasn't it, the last couple of years?
Okay, Barry, well, give us the best of the rest of the world combined team.
Right. Of course, West Indies are going to be pretty well represented there, Colin, as everybody knows, because
70s, 80s, dominated.
They were the kings for about 15 years, which is right. 15 years till about 88, and then Australia took over. The best opening combination I've seen for a long time in my days I've been watching cricket is Greenidge and Haynes. They just walk up starts for the opening batsman. Of course, what have we got here? Oh yes, first drop, the golden man, Vivian Richards.
Yeah, he's a basher, wasn't he? Master blaster.
He was probably the most intimidating batsman for an opening, for first drop I've ever seen. The bowlers were terrified of him. He used to smash them everywhere. No helmets, nothing, no...
Oh, he loved it. Cigar.
Spoken a cigar. Because he picked himself. Sachin Tendulkar.
Very good, classy player.
Still playing. He's 43.
Don Bradman said he
bats like him.
Bats like him, yeah.
Fair sort of rep, you know. Anyway, number 5 is Sir Garfield Sobers.
Excellent.
Didn't see much of him, but I've seen a lot of him on film, but he was just unbelievable, that fella. Of course, the other fella, Clive Lloyd.
Yes.
Very good captain.
Is he next in the team?
He's next in the team, Clive Lloyd. He was captain of all the dominant years I had for 15 years, and he could bat. He was a champion batsman, and he was a very good all-rounder. I mean, he was very underrated sort of player, Clive Lloyd. Now, the keeper, there's a little bit of a toss-up between two English keepers. One called Alan Knott, which you kindly refreshed my brain today about, but I think I'll just give the nod to Alex Stewart. He's the best keeper batsman.
What about Sangakkara?
Sangakkara.
He just hit double centuries, triple centuries.
Some of the last 2 or 3 years he's been bashing around, but this fella, he could keep too. Alex Stewart was a very good keeper. Okay. He had an average of about 50 something when he retired for a keeper. So, Gilchrist, what was his average?
Oh, pretty high, 50.
Pretty high, yeah.
Okay, bowlers.
I've got the all-rounder bowler too is Ian Botham. He's actually beaten Australia about probably at least half a dozen times on his own.
He's pretty big in the 80s.
Bowling, batting, fielding, everything. He was a freak. The next one we got here, I can't even read my own writing here. Oh, Richard Hadley. Colin Sutcliffe.
One of my guys. Well, I'm surprised. He was brilliant, Richard Hadley.
He was unreal, that fella. He's very underrated cricket. He could bowl. He was a bit like Roger Macklin. He should take on the bowlers. Plus the fact he had a fair sort of an average too after he finished, and he picked himself. And of course, the next one is Roger Macklin.
Oh, he was
He's the most...
he could swing it from everywhere.
He used to terrorise Australian batsmen years ago, and when he came into bat, he just to smash them everywhere. Wouldn't have a very good high batting average, but he used to get his 30s and 40s in about 10 minutes. But he was a very good bowler.
Very good.
And who we got next? Oh, the bowlers, yeah. Where was it, Michael Holding. Michael Holding's probably the best fast bowler I've seen. What, did you ever see him play?
Yeah.
Champion.
Commentator now.
Very good commentator too, but he was, because him and Wesley Hall, Wesley Hall and Max Marshall, Malcolm Marshall, but he picked himself, but he got 2 or 3 good bowlers. He was change bowlers too. He got, because Clive Lloyd could bowl, Sabers could bowl, open the bowling unit, so that was a pretty good. Because Jack Callis just missed out.
Oh, 12 man, excellent. He's one of the best all right, underrated.
He is. Will probably finish up in the top 5 of all time the way he's going. He's got an average of 60.
Very underrated.
He just made 200 last week. So that's one of our suicide.
Yep. Alright, so all time combined, Australia and the rest of the world combined team. Best players, picked of the team.
Best of the best of the best.
Give us it.
Here we go.
Openers.
Matthew Hayden's got in, mate. He's got in as the first opening batsman. He picked himself before. Who we got here?
Greenwich.
Gordon Greenwich. They're the 2 most intimidating opening bats you could ever get in your life.
Number 3.
Don Bradman's captain of this side, which is everybody knows all about Don Bradman. Number 4, Viv Richards, Dynamo. Kendall we got in there. Sabers got in there. Greg Chatwood got in there. Gilchrist got there. Shane Warne, Dennis Ely, and Michael Holding. And Richard Hadley, 12th man.
Wow, pretty good. What about Matai Muratharan?
I'm glad you asked me about that too, Carl. He was a good bowler, but he's a very what did he take? 800
Why don't
wickets?
you rate him? He got the most of all time.
He's taken 820 wickets, or 130. It might be 900 now. But he wasn't a very good bowler, Colin, but he's a very champion sort of chucker.
No.
If I was umpiring, he would have been off after 1 over, because I would no-board him first 2 balls.
So you don't blame Daryl
He's
here?
the best. No, he was spot on.
He was brave for doing it, wasn't he? Is he anything like Ian Meckiff? Is he anything like Ian Meckiff? Ian
Meckiff was the perfect bowler compared to him. I don't know how, I've seen old film footage the last few years about Ian Meckiff. You ever seen the footage when he got charged and chucking? His arm was up here, but this fellow here, comes around chucks.
Yeah. So what, no Big Bird, Malcolm Marshall, those sort of guys?
Joel Garner, no.
Joel Garner, no.
They were only rare for
Curtly Ambrose?
Well, he was terrified, but he didn't play as long as Michael Holding, and of course Dennis Sully is well, he was a star, Dennis Sully. He didn't get in that the rest of the world, did he?
No, didn't make it.
No, he got in the best of all the best,
yes.
Dennis Sully, yeah. No, because they had about 4 or 5. They had the Big Bird, who was 6 for 12, and Malcolm Marshall, Patterson, and Michael Holding. But no, I think that's not a bad side.
All right, well that's all from me. It's goodbye from me.
And we might do another story about the bit of Richmond.
Maybe next week. We've got the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, the Melbourne Cup's coming. Yeah, we might do a fan of broadcast. Yeah. So I'll say bye for me.
Bye for me.
See you next time.